Welcome back, guys, to Overture One, and today we are going to be talking about one habit that could potentially change your financial career and other aspects of your life, and that is the ability to unlearn and relearn certain beliefs, habits, and information that you may believe that is not working for you as of right now, and there's other things that you may need to learn and the other things that you need to unlearn for you to have potential significance and success towards your trading career.
100%. And like what you're saying, like that ability to unlearn and relearn is definitely critical. But another key player that comes into place here as well is that the ability to actually change that belief, right? So you can be willing to learn and have that spirit of just eagerness, curiosity, whatever it is, where you're always willing to learn information. But where most people, I feel like, kind of go astray is they keep the old beliefs while still trying to relearn new information. But first, in order to get to where they want to go, they got to change the old beliefs that aren't serving them,
Of course.
And then input the new ones, right?
100%. And we could start off, before we start off, if you guys get any value from this video and everything thus far, share it to your friends, listen to it in podcast form. That's essentially what we do. We don't have a podcast on iTunes as of right now, but you can leave this on the background of your phone and everything, and while you drive to work or anything thus far, you can listen to it. If you got value from this, if there's something that you're already doing from this, share it, because you already know that it's working. So that being said, guys, share it. We gotta go somewhere. We're the #1 trading psychology course in the world, and that's what I believe in. I know that's where we're going to be. Number one thing. All right, so how do we start this off? I believe a teachable spirit is such a beneficial thing to literally progress in every aspect of your life. A teachable spirit in order to learn new things and apply them, because there's one thing to learn and there's another thing to apply. At the end of the day, you could hear something so many times, but it could take you a certain amount of times before you start actually applying it. And at the end of the day, being teachable is a phenomenal thing, but you also have to be careful, what you're listening to at the end of the day. And Jared does a great job at explaining what he literally give you a brief synopsis about being willing to change as opposed to being able to unlearn certain things.
100%. And yeah, I mean, I guess just kind of dive back into that. It's you need to, I'm very big on I like to write things down and to look at what's actually going on. And it's if you just took a scrap piece of paper and wrote down, hey, what are my beliefs and what are the fruits of those beliefs in my life? It's a very easy way to understand, hey, look, this is serving me, this is not serving me, and what do I need to do differently? So, and then it's taking that time to like what we were talking about, unlearn those beliefs. But you have to have, like you said, the spirit of willingness to learn, as well as what I was talking about with the desire to actually change those things, because that's very hard. A lot of human beings, and you see it in a lot of different things in the world, whether it be political, social, dude, even down to sports and stuff. People are very set in their ways, and like what we were saying, learning is not necessarily the hard part for people. A lot of people go to school to learn their whole life, but that actually, let me try to question my belief and see where it's at. And it's one of the things practically that I feel you guys can take away from this video is whatever your beliefs are, try to prove yourself wrong. I feel that's a very good actionable step to open you up more to being more curious and to seek new information and possibly a better set of beliefs that can get you to where you want to go and serve you better.
No, completely. I understand. That's a great actionable step. And to relate this into trading, a great example, personal example of mine, and I know Jared did the same thing, was the ability to unlearn and relearn new strategies. You could use this in a wrong sense as well too at the end of the day. And I'll give you a little bit more context. When I was learning strategies, learning them and then going on to the next, I had the wrong mindset into it, because I was going in for very quick results and was not giving a lot of time, a lot of patience for this, for me to bear the fruit in this, right? So I had it unconscious competent. I could unlearn and relearn. I had no problem with learning. I had no problem with application towards the strategies. But the thing is, where a lot of people also mess up, and including me, I did this, is, not giving it enough time and not giving it enough patience. And you have to realize great things take time. As much as, you hear that everywhere, it's like, it's almost a saying that you've already heard like a million times, but like actually being in there and waiting is the hard part. Like applying everything, taking losses, taking multiple wins, not making any money, staying break even, figuring out your process, figuring out how your plan is gonna be. That's the kind of like the hard part, and the waiting, because the results aren't necessarily there.
Right.
So you usually it is a little bit of a harder thing to wait and have patience with it, but that's one way that you have to be very careful, because you could have the skill set of being able to unlearn and relearn things. It's just you have to go into certain aspects with the right expectations.
100%.
That's why you have to have very good values in play. Servant leadership, multiple different things. You have to have patience in everything that you do. You have to have communication and things that you do before you go into learning new things as well too, because everything is different at the end of the day. So that's like one of my personal examples.
100%. And like pretty much to, I guess, like tie everything into like where I'm headed with this is like, and I did it too. I'm not saying like, hey, look, Rob did all this stuff wrong. And like the example that I'm going to give is like what you're supposed to do is like, I had that same type of journey where like we were both kind of just trying it out.
Yeah.
Right. It was like, you're trying on clothes, using in the trading world, using certain strategies, and you're just like, if I didn't see immediate fruit, I'm just going to next, different educator, different ideas, different beliefs. And then you kind of get this scrambled thought process of you're trying to see all of the things at the same time. And, I definitely lived a very similar beginning to my trading journey like that. And, the advice that I'm going to give is like, make a decision. And I know it sounds super simple. I remember like this quote has stuck out to me for like the past 3-4 years of my life, and it's from Napoleon Hill, and it's one of the things that he learned from like following around the most successful people of his era and taking notes on what they did. And one of the things that he said was that what successful people do is they make a decision very quickly, and it's very hard for them to change that decision. And they change it very gradually over an extended period of time if they make the decision to change it. And I believe that that's really the route that you need to go with the strategy that you're trading. And don't get me wrong, like if it's clearly not working and you have a very extensive sample size of data that's like, this is just not working, this doesn't fit me, whatever the case is, like make that decision to change. But like what I'm also saying is that if you're jumping around every 30-60 days to something new and whatever the shiny new idea, like you really need to sit yourself down and be like, hey, look, like I need to be able to make this decision, and I need to be able to stand by my decision and give this my 100% focus and my 100% attention. And I really just believe that that's super important for people to get to where they want to go.
Yeah, super good, bro. And I want to give you guys 2 actionable steps that you could take with the ability to unlearn and relearn certain things and to know if it's going to be able to work in your life. The first thing is look at the people around you learning this certain specific idea. Like we could just say strategy, right? Is there people that have success in this? Is there more than one person? Is there 20 people? Is there 50 people? Is there like multiple testimonies that have success in this at the end of the day? The second thing is the ability to give it time and to have patience with it. So tie it back to what I was talking about, 3 months to a year or even more. Guys, it does take time for you to bear results. Before I started learning the methodology that I was learning now, when I started learning it, I was like, wow, this makes sense. But I really didn't see results in it until like a year from now, because the psychological factors I had to deal with, it took time for me to establish a good trading plan, because the methodology was there, but my mindset wasn't. That's why we very much believe that the psychological game in trading is far more eminent than the technical side at the end of the day, and that's why we teach what we teach.
100%. I could not agree more. And to just piggyback off what you're saying with developing the habit and giving yourself time, another thing that I firmly believe is that the results that you have in your life in a specific area that require you to take action are roughly a reflection of what happened at least 90 days ago. Sometimes it might be longer, like you said, maybe a year, like what you were saying. But one of the things that I really do believe and find to be true is that where you are right now, if you backtrack and reverse engineer your life to 90 days ago, you can even go 6 months ago, however you want to do it. Look at what you were doing, at the action that you were taking, at the belief level that you had, whatever the case was. Like, and then say, get a snapshot of it, and you need to be objective about it too. As talking about being self-aware, right, which is another one of the things that we're big on discussing on this channel, and really take a good introspective look at what your situation looked like and be like, these were the things, maybe these were the beliefs that I had that I need to change, that I need to unlearn, and I need to relearn new ones in this season. Maybe I'm not going to see a result tomorrow, but I know right now that the beliefs that I build, that the paradigm that I form, that the habits and the actions that I take right now are going to produce fruit sometime in the next 90 days, 6 months, a year, whatever the case is. So
awesome, bro. Very, very well said.
Let's get it.
So to wrap up everything thus far, we kind of gave you guys actionable steps. We gave you context. We gave you examples and everything thus far. Do you have questions? Put it in the comment box. DM us on Instagram. Anything thus far, we're here to help. At the end of the day, we're here to serve you. We're already in our journey. We're just a little bit more far ahead. And if you're farther ahead than us, then phenomenal. We like to learn from everybody at the end of the day. And, to close off everything, we appreciate you guys coming up on here, watching the video and everything thus far. We are grateful. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we currently are right now with the trading and teaching space of everything we're doing in Overture One. So we appreciate you guys and have a phenomenal day. And we will catch you on the next one. If you have anything that you want us to talk about that you actually been, very curious about, put it in the comment section too. DM us on Instagram as well too. We're open to discuss a lot of options. Me and Jared always love to discuss new certain things that we have a different perspective on at the end of the day, because we still are different people. We have similar things that we agree with, and then we have different things that we don't agree with at the end of the day. That's what, variety. Sometimes you need multiple condiments to season the chicken, not, straight up salt and pepper. That's kind of boring all the time. Sometimes you need Cajun and everything thus far. But with that being said, guys, we will see you guys next week. Have a great day.